I don't know. I don't know. Um, the night before that, I also had a weird dream. So I'm gonna tell you about three major dreams. That was the first one. This one, the last one will be like one that I remember my entire life. So last night, I had another dream. I was like in school with like classmates or people from like high school, I think. And we were like in like a seminar, like a assembly for some reason. And so I'm like back and forth talking to every single person at the assembly or like all the people I know. And I sit next to this girl or whatever, and she's like really hot. And so like I sit next to her, I look at her, and like I'm about to start talking to her. And like she's like the prettiest girl ever. I don't know if I've ever seen this person in real life or not. So, but I look to talk to her, and then like I look back like into I guess wherever the stage would be at the assembly or seminar or whatever, and I'm in my old house for some reason, and my mom and dad are there, and they're like telling me like, "Yo, you need to set up. We're having your father's side of the family. They're coming over." And like everything that I just mentioned is gone, and I'm just at my house, but it's like my house combined with my cousin's house. Like, do people ever have dreams like that where like the setting is like a combination of like two or three settings that like you know or are familiar with? Anyways, that happens to me. So yeah, now I'm trying to set up, and like I know my dad's family or whatever. So like I know how many like chairs or tables or whatever needs to be set up. And so I set it up, and like my mom and dad are like before it starts, and I'm like, yo, I set it up, we're ready to have family over. For some reason, even though we don't have family over like that, so I guess. But anyways, they get angry at me. For some reason, they get like irrationally angry at me because I didn't have enough chairs or tables to set up the function. I'm like, I know you said it's gonna be my dad's side, so like I have the correct amount of tables or chairs or whatever. The setup is complete for X amount of people. And so they're like, oh no, we're having more people over. And they're like, oh, and they're like angry at me, like, why did you have this much amount of chairs? And I'm like, you told me it's gonna be a certain group of people that I know the amount of the people. And they're like, but you didn't know that, you shouldn't ask. I'm like, you should have told me there was gonna be more people. I'm like, no, you should have just asked how many people was gonna be there. And it really made me angry. Like, it made me irrationally angry at my parents, which doesn't ever really happen. But I'm like, what is this supposed to mean? And that was kind of the end of the dream. Like, I was just furious at my parents, and they were like furious at me for some reason. I don't like, what is the significance of that? I don't know.